When governments need to prove their worth to you, they make a lot of promises, and indeed sometimes they come up with new programs saying, see what we're doing for you? The Justin Trudeau Liberals are now saying, childcare, we're going to take it all from maybe cradle to birth. Jasmine Moulton is with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation. She joins me right now because I want to hear all about this. It sounds scary. I mean, we're already talking about how much debt we have. What are they going to pile on with this? And are they going to have a nanny for every house?
Well, this is really the scary thing. So in their fall economic statement, they proposed a national child care program. Just to study the possibility of it alone, they allocated $20 million in funding in this economic statement.
Well, who gets the $20 million?
Wealthy consultants, apparently. I have no idea, maybe bureaucrats. But at any rate, the issue is that it's going to be incredibly expensive and it will not solve any of the real child care problems in this country.
Well, there is a child care problem, and one of the I understand is that it's the government taking it over as opposed to private enterprise and is being subsidized. But there's no question, a lot of couples, they both have to work to make ends meet. But maybe they should just build big bedrooms. and you know, someone gives birth, and they hand it over to the state.
Well, as you say, Stephen, it is true that women suffered disproportionately during the pandemic, bearing the burden of childcare.
Yes.
Statistics Canada, though, did ask parents, are you going to send your kids back to childcare once the pandemic's over? 25% said no, and of the ones that said no, only a total of 1.5% of Canadian parents said that it was because they could not afford to do so. So from our perspective, it would make a lot more sense to spend finite taxpayer resources helping the 1.5% of parents who can't afford childcare than to have a broad-based government system forcing every parent to use government childcare that we can't afford.
So you have a perspective on this. You just told us that Trudeau said we're spending $20 million for people to think about this, what a plan is. Are you going to be getting, or is the Federation going to be getting some of that $20 million to put your 2 cents in?
Absolutely not. We don't accept any government money. We never have, never will. But I would flag that in Quebec, and the feds want to model their system after Quebec.
Right.
When Quebec introduced it, they thought it would cost $250 million a year. Last year, it cost $2.7 billion. So this is an incredibly expensive program. The feds will, of course, undercut what the cost will actually be. And every taxpayer should be worried because it's the next generation who's going to have to foot the bill for their own childcare costs.
Governments always do that, though. They always underestimate what it's going to cost, knowing that it's going to be more. And the other thing is, I guess, once it's there, you can't get rid of it. The government's going to say, oh, we can't afford this anymore, so we're going to go back to the old system.
Yes, there's nothing more permanent than a temporary government program.
On that note, Jasmine, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good 3 minutes. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope you subscribe through YouTube and check the description below for Patreon to keep us on the air.